Okay guys, so hopefully you've been keeping up with my videos from this week on matrices. But here's the next one. So in the previous video, what we did was we talked about these notes I assigned you. Again, just go through the notes, make your own notes. You know, if you take pictures of the notes and send them to me, I'll give you credit, for example. All right, I'm trying to give you credit every way I can. It's just up for you to show some initiative, email me photos of your work in your notes. But anyways, we did that. We talked about that in the last video. Try, for example, the check for understanding problems for sure. Complete that 100%. And in the last video, we did a few of these simple scalar multiply matrices problems. Now, we're going to do this one right here. We're going to do some simple equations. And all we're going to do is basically add, subtract, multiply, and divide, guys. That's all we're going to do. So check this out. Here we go. So it looks scary, but right here they're saying 1/5 of x plus this matrix equals this matrix. Well, what we're going to do before we find x is we're going to find what 1/5 of x should be. Okay? And what 1/5 of x should be is this. How do I get rid of this plus, in other words, right there, guys? Let me clean this up a little bit. How can I get rid of that plus right there? Well, didn't we learn we're going to do a minus? We're actually going to minus this matrices. So we're actually going to do this to both sides. I'm just copying down the same matrix, right? So we're going to take away that matrix, and now we're going to actually take this matrix minus that matrix, right? I just minus the matrix from both sides. Long story short. So let's do it. 9 minus 4 is 5. Remember, guys, all you do is match up position by position. In this case, you subtract. -4 minus 7 is -11. -2 minus 2 is -4. That is a negative right there, and that is a negative right there and right there. In case you couldn't see that very well. 8 minus 1 is 7. -3 minus 8 is -11. 7 minus 6 is 1. So unless I made some silly integer mistake, I got it right so far. Now, guys, here's the only tricky thing potentially. How do I get rid of a 1/5 scalar there? How about we times both sides by 5? A times 5 gets rid of a 1/5. It makes it 1, right? So all I have to do is times this by 5, and I will have matrix X. So I'm going to put it right here since I kind of ran out of room. Okay, but 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times -11 is -55. 5 times -4 is -20. 5 times 7 is 35. If you really have to use your calculator, by the way, guys, go ahead. 5 times -11 is -55. 5 times 1 is 5. That is matrix X. Ooh, scary and mysterious, right? Now, the other cool thing about doing it on Khan Academy, guys, is you get used to typing it in again. As you can see, I typed it in. Just checking. I did do everything perfectly right. Yes, I did. And the thing you have to understand is both this and this are 3 by 2 matrices. So our answer has to have 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2 columns. A 3 by 2. All right, let's pick up the pace and do at least 1 or 2 more. Take a look at this one right here. So the first thing we're actually going to do, guys, is do -4x, right? We're going to figure out what that is. How do we do that? Well, how do we get rid of this minus? Is we're going to do a plus. So I'm just copying it down over here, guys. So we are going to, in other words, plus this one on both sides. So let's see what we get. 14 and 10 is 24. 22 and 22 is 44. 26 and minus 6 is 20. And negative 3 and 19 is 16. So this would be our matrix. Actually, that would be the negative 4x matrix. Now, guys, how can we take a negative 4 matrix and make it an x matrix? We're going to simply divide by negative 4, right? We're going to divide by negative 4. So guess what? I'm just going to take 24 divided by 4, which is 6. 44 divided by 4 is 11. 20 divided by 4 is 5. The 16, when I divide by the 4, is 4. And let's see if I typed it in. Yes, I did. Here, 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 and there. Guys, what mistake did I make? I can't believe how embarrassed I feel right now. Guys, I divided by 4. What should I divide it by? I showed my work correctly on the left. Negative 4. So all these signs were all wrong. I can't believe, at least I did it right when I did it myself. So, how embarrassing. See, guys, even I can sometimes forget negatives. Don't you let negatives trick you. Okay? Be alert for those. I know the next problem, I'm going to be alert if there's any negatives in there, okay? We always learn from our mistakes. All right, one more. There is a negative there we're going to watch out for. Now, we first going to do negative 1/3 x. Okay? How are we going to do that? Well, that right there, guys, is a minus. So we are going to plus them. 3, 9, 6, 1, 2, 7. That will get rid of that minus matrix, right? If I plus it. So let's do it. Negative 8 and 3 is negative 5. 3 and 6 is 9. See how I'm matching up each, what we call entry, position by position, right? Top right goes with top right, for example. Negative 1 and 2 is 1. 12 and 9 is 21. Negative 4 and 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 and 7 is 4. There's my negative 1/3 x matrix. I'm just going to check my work real quick, guys. Okay, I did pause the video to check my work because I'm paranoid after the last silly mistake. So, guys, how can we possibly get rid of a negative 1/3 scalar? How about we times both sides by negative 3? Because the negative will cancel out the negative and the 3 will cancel out the 1/3, right? All right. So we know that matrix X is going to equal negative 3 times negative 5, positive 15. Negative 3 times 9, negative 27. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 21 is negative 63. By the way, guys, you know what you're really practicing? The distributive property. Some of you guys need to practice. We're going to do it in terms of matrices, though. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. That, if I didn't make any silly mistakes, I'm going to type that in, and I'm going to get credit for it. You're going to have to do 1 or 2 more of these, guys, before you get 100%. Okay? Just checking I didn't have another one there. But, guys, I hope you agree. This one was a little bit trickier because we had to do a plus or minus and then a multiply or divide. 2 things instead of 1. But I know you guys can do this. All you have to do is try. Concentrate and try. You can do this. Okay? I'll see you around.